Hi, good evening. I'm CH Reddy from Crystal Spiders Institute. So guys, we are going to see that today one of the error message while attaching the database in the SQL server. So this is the error message that we can see that while attaching a database, an error occurred while attaching the database. So let's understand how to solve this issue and also what is that exact issue, why we got this error message. So let me try that. I'm going to try that. Okay. So this is my database, especially when we are moving, when we did a detach and attach the databases and moving the files, we will get that error message. So right now, these database files are there under C drive. Right now, these files are there in a C drive. You can see that. So this is the path. Okay, these two files are there. So I would like to move these two files to any new drive. Let's say E drive. Okay, so I'm going to first let me open that new query window connected to this database, install spiders institute client database, and I'm going to check that current location of these files. So these files are there in this path. Okay, so first I'm going to detach this database. Right click, go to task and detach. So drop connections and update statics. I'm going to select those two options and say OK. So now database is detached. You can refresh this databases folder and see that database is detached. Okay, yeah, I'm not able to see this database. Okay, so now I will go to this path. Under this path right now, these two files are there. So copy that path and paste that path in address bar. So those two files, these are the two files belongs to the database Crystal Spiders Institute 0900 MDF file and the transaction log file. So I'm going to cut these two files and I would like to keep these two files in E drive SQL25. Okay, yeah, here I will paste that two files. So now I copy and pasted those two files to this E drive SQLDB25 folder. Okay, so now I will try to attach this database now. Right click on databases folder and say attach. So click add button. Now you can go back to the folder where we copy and pasted. It is SQLDB25 under E drive and select that master data file and say OK. So now it is detected, no issues, and say OK. So now you see we got this error message. An error occurred when touching the databases. So it is asking, let's say OK. So click on this. Let me maximize that and click on this error message. So it is saying that now you can see unable to open the physical file. So this file is unable to access. So it is clearly saying that operating system error access is denied. Okay. So now I'm going to grant access on these two files so that it will be accessible. Let's see that now how. Let me copy this error message. So I will keep it in a notepad file. And say okay. So an error is occurred. Let me copy that message as well, and I would like to keep it in my notepad file. Yeah. So now what I'm doing, no need to close this window. Just I'm going to minimize this window. So go back to the folder files. Right now those files are there under E drive SQLDB25. Let's go ahead and grant access on these two files. So I'm going to select right click on the file, go to more options, go to properties under security. Okay, click this edit button, select that users. So whichever users are there in this group, okay, in this computer. So I'm going to give full control to that users. Otherwise, you can simply add that, click add button and say, you can grant that whichever user is running service account under, you can select the, add that service account here and you can grant full access. But anyway, I just selected the users and say hello. So otherwise, if you are for suppose if you want grant access to a specific employee ID, click that add button and here you can type. For suppose my employee ID in my company, italk slash I009. This is my employee ID. So specify your domain name and slash employee name and say OK. So once you click OK, you will see your employee ID here listed down here, and select that employee ID, and then you can allow full control. Or else if you are running SQL Server under one service account, you can add service account also. Better if I just selected users and I'm giving full access and say apply and say OK and say OK. Same thing I'm going to do that on MDF file, security, click edit button, and users, full access, apply and OK and OK. So that's it guys. Now go back to the window and you can say OK, that's it. See now this time it is attached. See database is attached. That's it. Okay. So that's it guys. So now we resolve that issue while attaching. So we granted access to the files. Basically this error message will come when we move especially the files from C drive to any other drive. We will see these issues. Thanks guys. Bye. See you.